You're watching Money on Main Street. I'm Giovanna Dierpick. She's studying to be a doctor. He served in the military. And together, a young couple is banking on candle making as their business together. It's the focus of today's Eye on the Island.
I wanted to always be doing something and always moving forward and always making money. And so I've always wanted to kind of start my own business.
And that's exactly what Andrew Kaminsky did. But he didn't do it alone. His girlfriend, Catherine Halpern, also helped create the business.
I've always liked candles. My parents don't like candles very much. They're afraid I'm going to light a fire.
The idea for the business started while both were looking for a present for Andrew's mom. They came across jewelry candles, but there was a catch.
None of the companies actually let you pick the piece of jewelry that you put inside the candle. And we didn't really like that because we wanted to know what kind of a gift we were giving.
This led to the creation of RoyalTea Candles. Their company makes soy wax candles and allows the customer to select the jewelry and the scent. As a former soldier in the U.S. Coast Guard, Andrew was able to take advantage of the GI Bill to help launch the business.
Without the GI Bill, I wouldn't have been able to start the business because it pays for my housing, it pays for my school. Without it, my money that I'd be making, I need a full-time job. Whereas this, I can kind of do it with the supplemental income that I get from the GI Bill.
On this day, Andrew and Catherine had an audience, Catherine's grandparents. This was the first time they saw their granddaughter in action. They told us they were impressed with the couple's entrepreneurial skills. So just how do they divvy up the work?
I make most of the candles and she handles all the jewelry, and we like to split the duties.
I get the fun job. I get the fun job. Which is I get to do the creative stuff. I get to come up with new marketing ideas.
Andrew is studying psychology and Catherine is a pre-med student. Neither studied how to make candles. This was a skill they had to learn.
The internet is a great thing, and we were able to look up everything about how to make candles.
The candle prep, first of all, was basically lots of videos. We read a lot of books on jewelry, read a lot of books on candles.
And practice.
It took a lot of trial and error.
Did you end up with a lot of burns?
Surprisingly, only a few.
Makes perfect. But starting this business wasn't just about making candles. There were also startup costs, which took Andrew and Catherine by surprise.
We thought it would be a lot cheaper than it ended up being.
Paying for the supplies and getting insurance, especially with candles, which are liability, and there were a large amount of things that we had to consider. And
we didn't take into account every expense that it would have cost us, which we should have.
They estimated it would cost them about $1,000 to $1,500 to start the business. But after talking to lawyers about insurance and buying the product in bulk, it ended up costing them between $3,000 and $4,000. To make up the difference, Andrew withdrew money that he had saved and put it into the company. The biggest outright cost was insurance.
The jewelry was probably the second biggest expense and probably the biggest ongoing expense because we have to constantly be adding jewelry, especially for the custom options.
The more expensive pieces of jewelry are appraised. The jewels' values are between $20 and $3,000. The profit margin for each candle sold is 50%. Promotion of RoyalTea Candles is done through Pinterest, Facebook, Etsy, and the couple's own website.
Facebook helps get the word out. Pinterest helps kind of convert to buyers.
Between making the candles, promoting the business, and purchasing supplies, just how does this young couple balance business and pleasure?
We like to separate the relationship and the business thing. You need to set times for, we're gonna work on the business this time and then we're gonna have our time then.
As for Catherine, after taking a year off, she went back to school to Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. But that doesn't stop her from promoting the business and creating new scents. She accepts the challenge of balancing school with the excitement of running a business at the age of 20 and trying to make it grow.
I love putting in hard work and reaping the rewards of it. So, looking back on that, I'll be like, wow, I was productive when I was 20.
And now, this former military man who had dreams of starting his own business is trading in his guns for candles.
From when we started, I think we've grown a lot. And so where we are now, I'm happy with, and I hope it continues to grow and get bigger and bigger.